We're sitting in the terminal interior of the terminal building at the New Orleans Lakefront Airport. It was built in 1934 under the administration of Huey Long. At that time it was named the Shushan Airport because Abe Shushan was the executive director of the Orleans Levee District. It's one of very few remaining Art Deco terminal buildings in the country. When it was built, it was the largest and most modern terminal building in the country. It predates most all Art Deco terminals that were ever built, including LaGuardia and Washington National. This was built before.
My father and I went out to Shushan Airport to fly off to New York. Well, that was the most exciting thing. First of all, I'd never been on a plane. So we went out there, and I remember the building as being a very nice airport, impressive place to be. And then when we got in the general area of Atlanta, we ran into a typical summer thunderstorm. So they couldn't deal with this thunderstorm, so they landed. That was the thing to do, just get out of it and get on the ground. And in Atlanta, people came out of this very small building with big umbrellas to get us out of the plane. And we went in, as I recall, it was a small wood frame building, about the size of an average house. But the Atlanta airport is incredible to think of today because this was such a little unimportant place and nothing like as impressive as the New Orleans Shushan Airport was.
When it opened, it had a fully operating surgical suite with exam rooms. It had a fully operational post office. It had the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Commerce, Customs and Immigration. It had private sleeping quarters, which were very unheard of, with private baths for VIPs. It also had a fully operational commercial kitchen and the beautiful walnut room and cafe that I'm sitting in front of the entrance to. So it really was a state-of-the-art facility. It basically was a little city into itself.
And it was a very busy place. It just wasn't people coming in and people going out. People were doing a lot of business there. A great business office.
When this building was constructed in 1934, most of the work was done by master craftsmen. Unlike building today, where you have a lot of laborers and you have supervisors. In that day and age, bricklayers, stucco, mason, people that did the stone, the terrazzo, they were all master craftsmen.
It was sort of a big secret to walk from the street into that building because people didn't realize the magnitude of the interior of the building, how it was, the decor and what was there.
The finishes on the interior of this building really tell the story, a story about the whole lifestyle of that generation.
There were a lot of social activities out there, and it was great because, first of all, it was right on the lakefront.
During that generation, and my mother was a part of it, people used to go out of the city limits to actually enjoy themselves. There was speakeasies in town and places to have fun, but some of the greatest places for entertainment and live band stuff was outside of the city limits.
The Walnut Room was a delightful place to be, and not frequently, but on occasion I would go there with a date just to drive out. That was quite a long distance to go out there, all the way out to Shushan Airport, and then go in and dance and have cokes and things. It was a lot of fun.
People used to flock out here from the city to come party because it was in the middle of nowhere.
And you really felt like you were going to someplace special.
You would walk in the place and be in awe just at the look. And of course, not to mention, it had great food, great music, great drink, and of course, all the hottest people in town came out here to party. Later, in the 50s and 60s, they did major renovations and actually enclosed the whole building in a white pillbox. It was during the Cuban Missile Crisis, and there was some conjecture that Possibly they did it to make it more of a bomb shelter. During Katrina, this whole lakefront flooded substantially. There was about 8 foot of water on the field and about 4 foot of water in the terminal interior. As a result of that, when we went to repair the building after Katrina, it was determined that there was enough fabric left that we could actually restore it. Every element in here has enormous amount of pride and professionalism in the installation. And it's critical in the restoration that we match that same quality. What we've done in the restoration is we've made sure that we have qualified artisans to do the stone, the terrazzo, the plaster, the glass work, the glass lenses for the lighting. These are all custom elements that we felt we needed artisans, not just laborers, to perform so that we would maintain the quality of the original building.